They score points now.
Just waiting, getting ready to go live, fellas. Waiting for this Instagram to tool up real quick so we can get everything going. Instagram is now live. Hello, hello, hello. It's your boy, the Beast One. I'm glad to be here this week. We got the wonderful, excellent Brenda Brown, the chocolate child, joining us, host of Sauce in the City Super Comedy Game Show, which I was also a part of. She's also a host for Daddies Matter too, and we're going to bring her and talk about the importance that fathers are to daughters. Make sure y'all be in the comments. Y'all know what it is. It's dad mentality.
What is that's mentality? What it is? The mentality of taking care of family. As a man, I get lonely. I can't even call my homies, but I answer every call when my kids call me. I'll be there when they need me. They depending on me. They looking up to me. Sometimes we gotta fix our mental. Or maybe it's not meant to be a dad, a father, that's what men do. I made a promise to my kids, that's what I do. I just want them to do things better than I do. Or better yet, better things that I did. What is that's mentality? What it is? The mentality of taking care of family. As a man, I get lonely. I can't even call my homies, but I answer every call when my kids call me. I'll be there when they need me. They depending on me. They looking up to me. Welcome to the show, shout out to the coach. And Maddie Ice, Ice Cold Crypto. And each one, teach one. That's mentality. We just trying to reach one. What is that's mentality?
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Dad's Mentality. This is your boy, the Beast One. I'm glad to be here for another great episode of Dad's Mentality. Thank y'all for joining us. Today we got a great episode with you, but of course I don't do it by myself. I got my man, A Million Grand. We call him the self-proclaimed commander's hater, but he's still my boy because he really wants to join us because we still going to be number one after this week. So it's your boy Vance Robs, aka Coach. What's up, Coach?
It was good, man. It's great not seeing, what I'm saying, that the fan gear this week. You know what I mean? So
we got our colors on though. You see you repping them colors.
Well, we go back 2 weeks in a row.
I only didn't wear it because I wore a very special shirt today. That's the only reason why I ain't wear my skins gear. But also we got joining us y'all know him as the diversified hustler, also aka the ice cream man. He is wealthy and blessed. Maddie Ice Cold Crypto. What's up, Maddie Ice? How you doing, sir?
What's good people? Man, I hope everybody doing good on this great day. This great Monday.
Hey man, doing great. I heard Crypto broke his record or something. That's what my
I told you, man. You know what I'm saying? I told you. You know what I mean? You just got to be patient, bro.
Well,
you got to be patient, man.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad this week, fellas.
You said wow? What you mean wow, Coach?
We'll get into it a little bit later.
All right, we'll get into it a little later. This week, hey, fellas, I'm glad we got a very special guest. She's dear to my heart. This summer, I started this journey doing messing with a little comedy and things like that. And I met this young lady. She is a director, a producer, a content creator. I mean, when I saw what this young lady was doing with a computer for her show, I was severely impressed and was like, yo, I got to get my game up. But y'all know her. Her name is Brenda Brown, the chocolate child. How you doing today, Brenda?
I am doing amazing. He makes me sound really smart. That's cool.
I think you're a genius. So the good thing is my opinion matters on this show. It may not matter anywhere else, but on this show it matters. So I'm proud, happy that you're here to join us. I got a lot of questions. So I do want to give a quick story about how I met on your game show. Matter of fact, we'll get into it after we do our check-ins. So our check-ins, we're gonna go ahead and do our mental health check-ins today, where you give a mental health rating from 0 to 10. Please, if you're watching, please put your mental health in the comments and let us know how you're feeling. Because if you need to talk to somebody, we're here. But we also suggest you get a person that you can really trust to have these conversations, because mental health is important to us here at Dad Mentality, and you need to really take care of yourself. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with Coach, because I heard earlier he was having a great week. So I guess maybe because the Commanders lost, that's why he's having a great week. But we'll
So
see.
much hate, man. So much
We'll
hate.
see. How you feeling today, Coach?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm probably about an 8 this week. You know what I'm saying? Anniversary was last week, so
happy anniversary.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man. We got a chance to, go out, spend some time together. I went to a restaurant up in Baltimore called Black Swan. Pretty good restaurant, overall. So
Black Swan is black owned.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I've heard a lot of good things about that restaurant. I haven't been there though.
Yeah, it's not too pricey. I mean, it's decent prices. Fall in the range of most of the stuff down this area too. So it was a really good weekend. Busy week last week. So doing well health wise. Family's doing pretty good. Kids are doing outstanding. So nothing really to complain about. You know what I mean? Just gotta keep pushing through. No real high stress items, to worry about, just busyness, you know what I mean? So sometimes those weeks are good, you know what I mean? Keep your idle mind sometimes can cause problems. So, but when you got a lot going on, sometimes it feels good to have a lot going on, right? So yeah. So over the last week, man, it's been a wonderful week. So I had nothing to do with the Commanders. I actually didn't even watch the game, believe it or not. So
it was a good game. They fought to the end.
I didn't get a chance to sit down and watch it either.
Oh, I watched the whole thing. Yeah, crappy call by the ref at the end. We had the first down.
Oh yeah, I saw the replay. That should have been a first down, but hey,
Matty Ice, go ahead and tell where you are from 0 to 10, sir. Matty Ice.
He talking.
Did we lose him?
Oh, my fault. I say I'm a little higher than last week. I'm probably sitting at about 8.5 this week, man. We had a pretty good weekend. Got out of town for a minute this weekend on Friday. Just shot up Atlantic City. Had a good time, man. Went to it was for business though. It wasn't all pleasure. Went up there for business, for a conference and some business training for a new venture I'm doing. So it was a great weekend, man. They had a nice little pool up there, club pool after dark. So me and the wife haven't been out in a while. So man, we had a nice time. She went up there with me. And met some great people, man. Some people who I've done business with for years, but never met face to face, like from out Chicago and out Texas, and was finally able to meet them face to face, man. And that was a good, a great feeling, man. It was good people, good energy all weekend. So that got me pumped up. Looking forward to some things we got going on. Family doing good, man. So I'm sitting there. I'm a little higher than last week. I'm about 8.5. I told you I probably won't never really hit a 10. Like a 10 to me is like, like I'm not even sure what a 10 is, you know what I'm saying? Like I felt great, but yeah. So me sitting at an 8.5, man, that's a awesome week for me. You know what I mean? So just trying to keep the momentum going this week for some things I got going on. So just I'm just trying to, like I said, keep the momentum going, trying to stay in motion.
Excellent. All right, for me, unfortunately, I got hit with some bad news today. Unfortunately, my wife's uncle passed away today, and so it's been a little bit of emotional roller coaster seeing her mom and her family and everything as they are, trying to, and we are trying to, motion through that. Death is always hard, but this week I say I'm about a good 7. I mean, nothing other than that was really bad this week. I had a pretty decent week and worked some things out. I've been really, really working on myself and keeping that. As I come on the show, I talk a lot about all the mental things, keeping yourself easy and ready, and just not letting your emotions take control of you. So
Yeah.
I've been really, really working on all that, and just trying to get myself together and just, keep my emotions in check, keep it, using some of the tools that we talked about on the previous show about emotion. So, but it's been good. So I say I'm about a 7. Got a few more things I need to work out, but right now I'm excited. So, I'm excited to have Brenda on here on the show and, talk about some of the other things that is going on, and then just enjoy the moment that I'm in right now. So, Brenda, how are you feeling? What's your score from 0 to 10? How you feeling? And got any exciting things you're looking forward to?
Uh, I am actually I'm going to say a 9 because I'm still trying to get over my trip to St. Roberts, Missouri. Still trying to manage that and get back on track for my Vegas show December 6th. All the while producing my show, which comes on online, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch 3 times a week, which is Sauced in the City Super Comedy Game Show. So between doing all of that and trying to keep these people from killing me out here in Vegas with their germs, I would definitely say I'm on a 9.
Okay. Well, speaking of Sauce in the City in Vegas, if anybody didn't know, yes, Brenda is out in Vegas, and that I know, you've been doing comedy for many years. You've been producing shows and just doing all kinds of great things. I do want to talk about Sauce in the City because that's where I met you. During the summer, I was hanging out with. Shout out to Althea McFarlane and the Mac in the Morning Show.
Morning
I was
Mac
Morning
Show.
Mac Show. I always say it backwards. I don't know why I do that, but in my mind. But anyway, I was hanging out with her, and I met Brenda, and I'm not a comedian, and and Brenda and I think Althea and everybody invited me onto the show, and I was very good. I think the first week I came in 3rd place. The first week we did the show with the season, and then I commanded my dominance for a while. But then people started to catch on, so I definitely, but I enjoyed myself. But one of the things that Brenda did was she brought it into the show where you had to do 3 minutes of comedy, and I had never did comedy before. I'd always wanted to, and was intrigued by it, and this, that, and the other. And because she brought in that 3 minutes of comedy, I sat down and wrote my first 3 minutes of comedy, and then I did well. And the first time I did it, I just winged it, and it was good. And then I actually wrote something, and that was good. And then I went and performed it over the summer, and did a full 10 minutes. So I thank Brenda, and I thank Althea, and of course Gwen also, for these strong women who in comedy who really brought that out of me, and it taught me that there was something I could do. And it was really a highlight and achievement for me over the summer that, I came on Brenda's great show now. And let me tell you, fellas, if you want some comedy, you want to watch something that's different and funny and just see raw comedy, you got to check out Sauce in the City. And it is, me approved. Y'all know, fellas, I don't mention things unless it's legit, because I'll be the first person to torch something and be like, nah, that's garbage. Don't even waste your time. Don't watch it. But I'm telling you, the raw comedy and the people that Brenda brings onto the show is great. And matter of fact, I think we got a clip. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up, let y'all see a little bit of it, of this clip real quick, and then maybe you have your own answers. Did I add it? Hold on. All right.
No, that's the wrong one. If you want to see an example of the comedy, that's not the one.
All right, let's go. Let's see if you got that. Brenda, you gonna pull it up for us?
Yep, I will load you up one. Give me 2 seconds.
But I'll go back into it, and then I'll let Brenda talk about how it started and everything like that. But I mean, it was a great time for me. I definitely, had some great times on it, and sometimes I'm sure Brenda was ready to kick me off too. But here we go. I'm gonna add this.
Everybody else in the studio, cameras off. If you enjoy what Riot is doing, turn your camera on to show your appreciation. If you do not, leave it off and you will discuss it later. All right, Riot, are you ready?
Yes.
3 minutes on the clock. Let her rip. Pause. I just remember where we were. This is not PG comedy.
It's all right. We'll roll with it.
One, shout out to people being them, especially you, Damien. Brenda, I don't know how or why. You thought 4 years later it was gonna be any different with me. Thank you, Damien, for getting it right. I appreciate that. Shout out to Sauce in the City. Again, my name's Riot. I am a mother of 2 kids. Shout out to the parents out there. But not really, because being a parent really fucking sucks. I agreed with Keisha. Tax time is the only time I really like to claim them. So I definitely get that. But I've been holding my tongue this whole time because when you have to be a mother all the god dang on time, even in business, shout out to my child baby. Because, man, I ain't gonna lie, forget the 3 minutes. I just been wanting to say this all night. Yo, shout out to the black queens who hold their tongue because she was almost on the snapping point. And this point where life has been lifing, okay? Well, in my instance, life has been deathing. And that's no pun to I did lose my mom a month ago. But life has been like, when people like, life is lifing right now. It sounds like it's fun. It's not. So shout out to the people that's making it right now because I'm one of them. And we're trying to do comedy at the same time, the poorest thing. So this is why I'm here also. Yeah, I need the sponsorship to go to Vegas. I need a sponsorship to go down the street. I'm not even playing. Like I am, don't let the looks fool you. I tell people that because I'm a boss on the bus. Okay. That's just me. I ride the bus so much that you'll think it's my personal chauffeur. Okay. I am like, so shout out to everybody that's making it through life right now and laughing about it because laughter is what you need, like for real, because right now I feel like I can laugh whooping somebody's ass, but I'm trying to be on the right path as we all are. I ain't never related to the Joker so much. I just turned 34 too, so shout out to all the Libras out there too. I just turned 34. And I'm realizing that I am relating so much to the villains in those fairy tale stories. Okay. I am trying not to go like life is not a fairy tale. So how the villains are upset for people ruining their lives, I'm relatable. I am so relatable. So yeah, that's my 3 minutes.
Y'all give it up for Riot Johnson.
All right, so that was the example of the 3 minutes of comedy that you have to do, and what also happens if people has to turn their cameras on or off, the other comedians in the room. So, I mean, just you want to give a quick background on how you started this comedy game show? Like, what was the mind child behind it? Like, where did it begin, and how did it get to where it is now?
Well, really funny is Sauced in the City is actually a springboard off of my previous or original platform, which is Daddies Matter 2. On one of the episodes, actually one of the last episodes that I did, one of my guests on my show happened to be a comedian. And me and him just became the best of friends, and he would always come on the show. So I had 3 of them. Shout out to Albie Fuller. Shout out to Bobby Slaughter, and shout out to JF Clay. Oh, also, and Dr. K and Dr. J. So this was my cast. And one day, the subjects on Daddies Matter 2, I think we just got too deep, and the comedian in him leapt out, and they just started joking around, and I couldn't control the show anymore. they had gone ramshod with the jokes. But after I didn't flip out and I just sat back and watched what they did, I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to do more of this. This is great.
Okay. And what made you decide to do it into a game show?
Because I love games. I love games. Loved them ever since I was little. We played all of them: Monopoly, Spades, Rummy, Hearts, can and stick, hide and seek. We did it all.
Can and
So
stick.
yeah, just always been, where you go out and find a can and a stick because you don't have anything else to play with.
I know.
Y'all ain't been
I
there?
know you ain't grow up that poor. You had
It
a
wasn't.
scooter or something.
It wasn't
Can
that.
and stick. I ain't heard of that one.
It wasn't that we were that poor. It was that you can't take the toys with you. And we like to roam. It wasn't like nowadays where you're scared your kids will get kidnapped. I'm 50 years old. So back when I was growing up, it was still free roam land. My mom would kick us outside and we didn't come back until the street lights came on. So
those
we
was
had
the
to
days
find,
right there.
yeah, right. So we had to find our entertainment out in the street. And I just remember one of the games was the stick in the can. You couldn't lose with it.
All right. That sounds interesting. So now Daddies Matter too. How did that come about? Where did that start? And when tell us how did that go?
Oh, that I was actually scared for y'all lives. That's what happened. So one day, on Facebook, some woman, I don't even know who it was, but she emptied me into a Facebook group full of single moms. And it was like over 100,000 of these people. And every day they would just post and post and post and post about what horrible people that they had recreated, with. And I just thought at that point I got a little scared for y'all because it was like a lynch mob. They was out for blood. So I figured that I would be a microphone. I would become a microphone because there's less of y'all than there are of them. So I was like, the only way to get their voices even up to the table is to amplify it with my microphone. And my microphone is that I'm a Black woman screaming out fatherhood and fatherhood rights, and your kids need their fathers. And so just by that nature, my voice became louder than most.
Okay. And if you don't mind, how was it your relationship with your father that really wanted you to go to that, or it was just the how you felt that we needed the voice?
Nope, it was the fact that I was afraid for y'all lives. I really got afraid because they were mad, and the posts that they were posting were flagrant with expletives, and they were out for blood. And I really did fear for I am a daddy's girl, so let's get that together.
Okay.
I am a daddy's girl, was raised by my daddy, and don't know how to really live without him these past 7 years, but I'm trying to figure it out. But for the most part, it was just that I was really afraid for y'all's rights. Like, there was all the stories that I was hearing did not have their kids with their fathers in their life. And I just think that we would take a different path if more daddies were involved, and women would cut out the mess, because and allow the fathers. If you have a father that wants to be in their baby's life, let him. If he wasn't a good boyfriend, I'm sorry. If he wasn't a good husband, I'm sorry. If he wasn't a good whatever y'all was doing, I'm sorry. But that the child need their dad. And I just thought that to the bottom of my soul. Me and my mom were watching Paternity Court one day. We were watching Paternity Court, and we were arguing over a case, and she was on the woman's side and I was on the dude's side. And I remember her looking at me and saying, "You ain't gonna do shit." And that day, I started Daddies Matter too. That day, I
Okay.
found a producer. Shout out to DJ Remix, DJ Thump here in Las Vegas. I found a producer that day to produce my show.
Wow, that's great. I mean, that's cool. I mean, that's what it's about. Because I mean, that's kind of how I started the show. It wasn't really that I had anything particular, but it was just that, you know, the what was being put out there was not what I saw in my life, even with my friends. You know, I don't have friends that you would be considered a deadbeat dad. Now, don't get me wrong. I have friends who are not with the father's mother, not with the child's mother, but they're still very active in that child's life. They're still very active in that child's everything, even if they're not with the mom, and they know their rights. I mean, nowadays, I feel that if you're a father that don't know your rights, that's on you. Like you need to know that it's out here. There's plenty of ways to get the information. So, to me, that's not an excuse. But what I found out here is that a lot of these men, the men that I know, want to be in their child's life. They want to be a part of it, and they're going to do whatever it takes. They're going to fight for it. They're going to go to court. They're going to do whatever it is that needs to be done to be with them. And then the other aspect is there's a lot of fathers like the group that's on here today, Coach Matty Ice and myself, who are actively still with our wives and the women who are the mother of our children. And unfortunately, the people that are complaining are the people that don't have it. My wife has no reason to go online and talk about, anything other than what's great. But I mean, once you're doing, it's that whole mentality. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, nobody talks about it. Is when things are, when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, then that's when everybody is discussing it. Coach, you got anything to say about what was said?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a perception that's built out there that, you know what I'm saying, fathers aren't involved in their children's lives. In the Black community, I think we're more involved than any other ethnicity out there. So that perception is only on social media, where it can be communicated like that. But I think from an involvement standpoint, we're actually probably have the highest involvement numbers. Whether married, not married, doesn't make a difference, but just being fathers in general. So definitely a good thing that, you know what I'm saying, that you're trying to change the perception based on what you saw because of the path that it was going down. I think that perception, of course, people of like minds are going to flock together, right?
Yeah.
And we were doing really good. We were my highest video was 10,000 views, a couple of hundred likes. So at the pinnacle of my career in fatherhood, we were doing great. And then it dawned on me that the reins of fatherhood must be turned over to fathers, and that it's really weird because I didn't cancel all of the hard work that we had done. I simply put it on the shelf and waited till the Beast one showed up. So when I met him on the Morning Mac show, unbeknownst to him, I already had plans for him, because I didn't know of another fatherhood show that I would entrust these people to, because there's a lot of people that tuned into the show. There was a lot of people that were on the show. There was a lot of people who believed in the show, right? And so for me to pass them somewhere, I had to believe in the next step over. And when I met Beast, I thought, you know what? If he can handle it, here you go. Saddle up, buddy.
I appreciate it. I definitely do. Matty X, did you have anything to say about what was said earlier?
Yeah, I agree. You know what I mean, but you know, everybody has their reality and their perception. Sometimes it has been, you know, perceived online and social media. You know what I mean, like fathers aren't in their lives, but it's a lot of that is so trivial. It's, you know, people like drama. You know what I mean, but from like my standpoint, most of my friends have fathers like they have, you know what I mean, raised their kids not as single fathers because their mothers are still in their kids' lives, but their daughters predominantly live with them. Like my brother, you know, him and his wife, you know what I mean, they separated, and then when they separated, his daughter came to live with him, you know what I'm saying? And he raised her through high school, still lives with him as an adult. Another good buddy of mine, you know, man, his daughter and son live with him, you know what I mean, instead of their mom. And I think that is like just a more of a trend than that's actually being put out there. And when I see men have those type of relationships and therefore their daughters in their lives, you definitely can see the difference in those girls and those women who don't have their father in the household. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that stereotype holds any weight for real. And like that group that you're in, like I'm sure that is some of their reality, but then some of it could be mismanaged anger towards the dads just because the dads aren't still with the moms. You know what I'm saying? So it's perception about whether or not they want them to deal with the kids because you're not with me. So a lot of that has to do with it, but ultimately it's the child that suffers just because two adults can't get along. The child is put in the middle between them. So I think that's a lot of that still going on, which is unfortunate. But I definitely don't think that's what's going on in most of the Black community today. I believe fathers are in the life. You know what I mean? There's always going to be those other cases, but man, for the most part, man, I think people trying to be fathers to their kids out here, and they and it's deep on different levels because we always talk about mental health and different things like that, man. I think a lot of that goes into why some, women feel a certain type of way about, their baby fathers or their, and different things like that. So that's a whole nother, rabbit hole to go down. But I think that has a lot to do with some of that as well.
Yeah,
sorry,
go ahead, Brenda.
Just jump in as one of those people who has that baby father, as you said. Just even I heard you talk a lot about the grown-ups in that. And it doesn't matter if he was a terrible anything or whatever, as long as he's a good father, that's the business at hand. It's like, nobody's going to be perfect. He hurt you, you hurt him, whatever the case may be. But like me and my son's father, I hadn't seen him in 13 years. But when he reached out to me and said, I want my son's phone number, whatever, I was like, hey, now we've been waiting on you, sir. And made that connection because I felt as a mother that was my full circle moment, right? Like, here's your dad, here's where you belong, here's your bloodline. Now y'all work it out from here. Needless to say, he was the person that I always figured he was, and away he went again. And I think the next time we will see him is at his funeral. But I said that to say all of this. It doesn't matter how terrible he was to me. My son deserved to know where he came from, know who was his dad or is his dad.
Absolutely. And I mean, it does take, I just wanted to go into this real quick because it's something I was thinking about or watching the other day when they talked about, they were talking about broken relationships and the fact that the mother in the relationship, usually if they have custody, they have a decision to make, and that is whether they want to paint the picture to their children that their father, the father is whatever they want to paint, or they can paint him as a hero. It's always a decision to be made, and I've even learned a lot of, like I said, with these guys who are not with their women and they still with their children, what you call a lot of them are okay with painting that picture of a good man, even if they're not together. Even the women are in the right mental space that they can coexist without existing together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we've had Paul on the show. Paul is my cousin, and him and his baby mother have a great relationship, and a lot of people have now. It's been such a long time of people not having a good relationship that I feel like a lot of people now are having good relationships even though they're not together. You'll see more people, especially like I see a lot of like the track meets I used to take my son to. It was mother, father, stepmother, and stepfather. You know, even though they weren't together, they had full parents there cheering them kids on. You know what I'm saying? And I do feel that it's a mutual. It like now today. I feel that there's a lot more people being mutual about their decision. Like we're not together. But we made this child, and we need to be the best that we can be for this child. And you know, especially when you see sporting events, I mean, I've seen it more and more, especially at football games, things like that, and stuff like that. Coach, when you coach, do you see a lot of parents who are not together but they're still together to cheer that child on?
I mean, I've seen it. You know what I mean? Of course, you know what I'm saying. You'll have, you know what I'm saying, blended families. You know what I'm saying, on both sides and all that stuff. I think that, you know what I'm saying, the level that I coached at, you know what I'm saying, we were at the high school level. So, you know what I'm saying, they had gotten past a lot of the upfront, you know what I'm saying, reality of raising a child on your own or whatever that may be. But yeah, I definitely see co-parenting, whether you're together or you're remarried or whatever else. You see a lot more of that. I think that's just a maturity thing as you grow older, right? As people grow into who they are, they understand that the ultimate goal is to raise that child, right? And then whatever the adult relationship is, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But it shouldn't have an impact on the actual relationship with the child itself. So, yeah, I definitely have seen that before. I still do see a lot of marriage, you know what I'm saying, married couples raising their children as well. And so it's kind of like it brings us all the way back to the reality of, you know what I'm saying, I think that perception is what Matt said, is in a social media environment. It's in a world where, you know what I'm saying, people have personal relationships as adults, or personal vendettas against fathers, or and vice versa. And I don't want to just say fathers, because there are some fathers out there that don't, you know what I'm saying, try to keep the kids away from the mom too. You know what I'm saying, depending on what the mom is going through, right? Or how she's acting, or what she's saying about him, and so forth. He just may have the upper hand, right? But I mean, both parents are very, very important, because there's a lot of things that girls need to learn from women, and there's a lot of things that girls need to learn from men, and it's the same for boys. A lot of things boys need to learn from men, and it's a lot of things they need to learn from women. So it's really that balance is what the children of the world need.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let me ask you this, Brenda. What do you think? What do you think is the reason that fathers are not getting the positive attention that they deserve?
I think because they're out there raising their children and their content creation isn't as much as people who have grievances.
There you go. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. They're out there handling their business. and they don't
It's
have.
kind of hard to post on Facebook when you're out at the soccer practices, or you're picking your daughters up from dance class, or you're at home with your wife, or it's hard to get on there and post all of that. But
Yeah,
when you have grievances, Facebook and social media is the first place you go. And as we see, there's a whole lot more grievances than there in posting alone. Let me put that caveat. In social media, there's more grievances because people like drama. I heard somebody say that.
they do.
um yeah, people like drama, so their online personas are drama filled. Nobody's going to give you 100 likes when you're posting family shots at Disneyland. But if you're posting something such as, "I'ma be all right because I'm an independent Black woman and I don't need no man to raise my kid," and then you get like 2 million likes because there's
Yeah,
another
all the skits are about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right.
And a lot of it, again, that's how you know, because a lot of the skits that aren't even real, that are showing that perception of either a deadbeat dad or what they calling a scrub dude who not doing for me or this. So that's what gets the rotation. That's what's popping up on your reels. Like you said, none of the being at a soccer game, that's not going to get 100,000 views. That clip not going to go viral. You know what I
Nope.
mean? It's it's stuff that's not even real that go viral, and then you look at the comments, be like, y'all know this is a skit, right? This is something that somebody made up just to get likes and to get out there. It's not even real. And it's
But the
crazy.
more worrisome part, Matty Ice, is that there are a million likes and a million comments, because these are the people who are relating to whatever they're seeing, whether it's real or not. So
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about how many people are liking it, whatever it is.
Yeah. I think I agree with you. I mean, I think there is something to be said for the people that are liking it, but oftentimes, let's call a spade a spade. Most of the time, the people that even like it don't even care what's going on in it, right? You know what I mean? Like
But
like, or they don't even agree with what's going on.
I'm
They may have
telling you,
thought
but
it was funny.
it's just the engagement with it. Because
That's
even
all it
though
is.
we don't, even though we don't like it though, to be honest, sometimes it still pop up on our feed. We don't even like it, but we may listen and like, man, look at this bull, look at this, and we in our mind we like, man, this some trash, but we don't watch the joint though.
Yeah, and it's
We
got
don't
to be.
watch it.
Well, that still doesn't constitute the action of actually pressing your finger on the like button.
No, I get it,
Nah,
but
it
it still kind of helps it though a little bit, just because we did watch it. We then we may click the button and see what the comments say. Let me see what they saying, and like but you know what I'm saying. We still engaging with it, so that gives it more life on the algorithm.
Analytics, yeah, that gives
Yeah.
it the power to jump up to the top of your inbox or to your messages, because more people are giving it more energy.
Yep.
So I think I actually did. I posted a memory of a year ago, and I said, comedy isn't paying what it should, so I've got to go out and get a job. There was like 120 likes and 90 comments of congratulations, right? Okay, so that's all well and good. A year later, I say, hey, I've got all my comedian friends coming to Las Vegas, Nevada, and we're going to produce the show of a lifetime. Friends, family, and funny. 10 likes, 2 comments.
Yeah.
So I'm saying to myself, what are you saying, Facebook? Are you saying go get a job? Like I should give up producing comedy? Because the contrast is vagrant, and that's what it is for fatherhood. Great parenting does not warrant the likes and
the 100,000
positivity.
likes.
Yeah, yes. You put that out there and it's 10 likes and 2 comments. Put out there that your baby daddy left you, or your baby mama ain't, what you thought she was, and now you got 100 likes and 90 comments.
Do you think is that part of the machine and the algorithm, or is it just people not liking it? Because sometimes I notice that too, and it seems like when you post certain things, it does get seen by your followers, and then certain things you post, I'm not sure if they see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's a game on Facebook as far as what they're trying to promote. You know what I mean? Like they may not that out. We don't know what the algorithm wants to promote. It could be like, oh no, we're not promoting this positivity. We need this is what's selling, and getting more views for our ads, our advertisement. So when we, even though it's our content, I don't believe a lot of our followers see everything that we post now with the new algorithm. So I think it's all in the, you know what I mean, the machine out here as well, as far as what they how they want to show us.
Yeah, let me answer your question.
Yes.
I don't think it is the algorithm. Anything on social media is a numbers game. Just like you guys play numbers in your football league, the online is the same way, right? And that works as in the more content that you pump out, the more chance that somebody is going to see you, right? So if you look back over my career of 7 years in online content production, I have over 10,000 video hours out on the internet, right? So when people come to me and they say, well, I don't know you, I say, that's because you're not looking. Because if you were looking, you can't miss me. I'm there. So if positive fatherhood would pump out 10,000 hours worth of content, there's no way they can't see you. Because the people that pump out negative commentary, they have like 20,000 video hours. So you see the difference? The positive fatherhood image has to start creating the narrative and pumping it out. If you want to compete, if you don't care and you're happy, just being a great father in your child's and other children's life, then you continue on, because I say to hell with social media. As long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, we're good. However, if you want to help the image, then you have to start to create the content to change the narrative.
Yeah, I agree. I think I do agree. It's a little bit of both. They're gonna go where what's selling. So, like you said, if it's more content out there and that's what is being pushed because more people are seeing it, then yeah, that's what they're going with. So they just know that the dollars are green. So if we change the narrative, they'll push that. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that in some ways, but then I'm still a conspiracy theorist. Sometimes they just like to push negativity on us. A lot of times too. So we may, instead of 20,000, we might have to do 40,000. We might have to go above what it is, because you know what I mean, they're not going to, I still believe they're not going to put out positive images as much as they put out negative images.
Sorry. Go ahead, Beast.
I mean, I agree with both of y'all. So the thing is that I want to say this is, one, if you're really looking for it, you'll find it. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for that positive father interest, because that stuff I look for the show, I'm looking all the time. There's a lot of stuff out there, but you have to.
You don't gotta look for the negative stuff, though.
You do have to dig. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, like you were saying, Matty Ice, is that the negative stuff gets people attention a lot faster. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll put out a bunch of reels and this, that, and the other, and every week I'll get with the, a few here, a few there. But I'm sure if I was putting out negative reels, yeah, stuff would be popping off faster.
But think about why though, and both of us, all of us, I think, are coming saying the same thing and got a different perspective of it. But think about why the negativity does kind of hit harder, because it's a trigger. Like it's a trigger, so it's more emotional sometimes, and like good things are emotional to us too, but it's not that anger is intense. Like when people get triggered by negativity, it triggers something in them, and they gotta, oh yeah, because it was something they may have seen or dealt with, so they comment on it a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like a sunny day, everybody loves a sunny day, but rainy days, you know what I mean? Like it kind of more people gonna comment on the weather when it's a bad day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it just triggers something in us that I believe why the negativity does get more attention, and we can change that. We can comment on positive stuff just as much as we do on the negative things, but society seems to get triggered by negativity.
A fight to get a crowd. A father teaching his daughter how to ride a bike ain't nobody. Everybody just gonna walk by that.
Yeah, you know exactly.
But a fight is going to get a crowd. It's going to be everybody going to be filming, watching it, this, that, and the other, because that's just what it's natural. That you know, people want to see. They want to see that drama. And like I said, if a father's out there teaching his daughter how to ride a bike and she start riding for the first time, you may get that one person at a clap or some shit like that. But that's about it. You know what I'm saying? That's about all that's going to happen. So I mean, you know, it goes back to that whole drama thing. You know.
Yeah, it's that is, you know what I mean, negativity sales, like they say, sex sales. It's certain things, you know what I mean, that for whatever reason it's going to attract more eyes to it, and that's kind of what it comes down to. But again, we got to realize that social media and all of that is entertainment at the end of the day, and I think that's where it also plays a part. Like people take this a lot of stuff that they see on social media as reality. You know what I mean? Like it's entertainment. That's what we're watching now at the end of the day, man. It's entertainment. Social media is there to entertain us. You got to know what to perceive. Most people who are posting, they posting what they want you to see. You know what I mean? That may not even be, you know what I mean, their reality. You know what I mean? They're creating the perception that they want to see. So it's a lot of layers to it. You know what I mean? And I believe social media is a tool, you know what I mean, that's great. We can reach out to a lot of people. Like we able to be right here using social media platforms, like you said, to spread positivity. But at the end of the day, I think society is maybe taking some things a little too serious and not realizing that a lot of it is about what you're doing in your own household. You know what I'm saying? And not allowing social media to influence your household and which, you know what I mean, and how you really think, you know what I mean? But that's a whole another topic right there.
Absolutely. Brenda, did you have something else to say? I thought you was going to say something.
Oh, this was just going back to Matty Ice when he said we might have to create 40,000 hours of footage because, you know, we have to go over and above. So I was just saying, when has, you know, an African American or a Black person, when have we not had to go over and beyond? So that should never be one of the things that we use, right? Because we've always had to do it. So and my second thing was, I think Daddies Matter 2 was successful, or as successful as it was, because for the simple reason I used entertainment in order to soften the blow. So we did talk about very serious topics, but I'm a nosy person. I think I need to find my house with my window in it so I can sit and look out on the street and tell on everybody. But we use games and entertainment to soften, you know, I guess we called it Band-Aids and peroxide, because a lot of time the topics in fatherhood are not soft topics, you know, so we always use entertainment and games and fun to lighten it up, and people seem to enjoy that format.
Okay. All right. What was my next question? So going back to you, and how influential was your father into the person that you became today?
Oh, he's everything. Like if I didn't have my dad, I'd be swinging on a pole right now. Because I actually thought about it when my son got a acceptance letter to Morehouse College. I was like, well, it can't be that bad. If I have to do it to get my son a great education, I might just think about it. but he decided he didn't want to. My son decided he didn't want to see his mom on the pole, so he went to UNLV. But my dad is everything in my life. Like he's like right now I'm still trying to recuperate or learn how to navigate this world without him, because he was the last man on this planet that I knew would do anything for me.
Absolutely.
And it's hard to replace that.
Well, I mean, yeah, it definitely is hard to replace that. One of the biggest things that I want for my daughter is that I always tell her, you know, or I always try to set the example, because I don't want her to settle for less. You know what I'm saying? I want her to see what a real man looks like and know that you know, that don't have the right standards to get the right man. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what-
Have the right standards to get the man, but it also takes, you gotta, you know, you gotta show her. A lot of people say that the father is the first man you ever love, and I mean, I believe that. And my mother was the first woman I ever loved, and for daughters, it's usually the father is the first man that they ever love. So that having the father in the daughter's life sets that standard of where you know, where you should be. Tommy D just said, if I didn't have my dad, I might be swinging from a pole right now. That's awesome. Well done, Dad. Okay. Y'all, he was just commenting off of your comment. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
shout out to Tommy D. Yep.
Shout out to Tommy D, man. It's all good, Brenda. I'm sure you're in Vegas, so you in the right spot to be if you want to go hit that pole and make some money, you know. Definitely in the right
Absolutely.
spot.
Like, you know, I thought about it. I was like, you know, Morehouse is a stiff drug. And I was looking at that and my son being a Morehouse man and having connections and a great future. And I was willing to go do about, you know, 6 months, but I knew my dad would like come and snatch me up by my wig and drag me home. So I was like, you know, I think fathers, I don't know for everybody else, but my dad, like I don't even know where I would be right now. My mom was a disciplinarian and whatnot, but I think my dad, like you said, Rodney, I think he showed me like an example. Like he didn't say marry a man like me or find a man like me, but he did give me a starting point. You know, he was like, okay, don't accept anything less than this.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What about you,
And
Coach?
I have though. So it doesn't always work because I have accepted less than that. So
Well, how'd that work out for you?
it did not. And it
Okay.
still hasn't worked out for me 50 years later, but I have not lost hope.
He out there. You gotta find him. The good ones are hard to find. At least that's what I tell my wife. I don't want her out there. So you know. But Coach, what do you feel? How do you feel about the importance of a father to a daughter?
Wow, I mean, I think it's the ultimate. I think it shows your daughter how she should be treated. That, you know what I mean? Like you're the standard. You should be the standard at least. You know what I mean? When it is that important. However, you treat your daughter is how she's going to allow any other man in this world to treat her.
Facts.
It's just what it is, right?
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So you yell and scream at her, she's going to let other men yell and scream at her. You love her, she's going to let other men love her. You know what I'm saying? You treat her right, you know what I'm saying? She's going to ensure that other men must treat her right, right? You're always the comparison for your daughter.
Yep.
And that's just what it is. Because when they grow up and they're looking for somebody to be like you, like her father. It's just what it is. Or not like her father. I mean, you can have a negative influence on your daughter too.
But a lot of times, even if they think they not, they're used to what they've saw, and sometimes they are drawn to that.
Yep.
Subconsciously, you know what I mean? If you didn't treat them right. And the same way on the other end, like my daughter's like, I try to make sure, you know, she sees how I treat her mom. So she, you know what I mean? That's all she knows is me and her mom's relationship. You know what I mean? Like even when me and my daughter go out together, when she walks up to a door, she'll just wait for me to open it for her to walk through. And I've seen her, and that's what she expects of a guy she's dating, open the door for her, just do, little things. And she's not going, don't, raise your voice. There's ways to communicate without raising a voice, because that, that's just not what we do in our households. She's never seen me have to, be aggressive with her mom or yelling and stuff like that. We, we try not to do that. So again, like you said, they're going to attract what they see and what they're used to. And you see it a lot of times. A lot of people are used to chaos. So sometimes when they have a regular relationship, they don't understand it because that's not what they saw in their household. They're used to aggression or certain things. Like, you see a lot of females or young, like they don't want no soft dude. They don't want this type of dude. They want a street dude. Sometimes what that equates to is they, want to be talked to because that's all they know. And sometimes that may not be healthy. So I totally agree that a father is going to shape what his daughter accepts in their significant other or in their relationships or how they go about life, man. Like it, man, father is very important in a daughter's life.
Yeah, so I even Googled and went into I'm trying all this new stuff that AI can do for you. So I asked AI what are why are dads important to daughters? And it came up with some actually good answers. So I'm just gonna throw them to y'all real quick and see how y'all feel about it. But one, it said the first thing it said is for emotional support. Dads can provide security and emotional support that helps daughter develop positive self-image and positive self-esteem. Dads are role models. Dads can model healthy relationships and how to treat others with respect. Daughters can look to their fathers to learn what to expect in their own relationships. I think that's kind of what we just kind of discussed right there. Um, Academic success. Dads can encourage their daughters to challenge themselves academically and can help them develop the love of learning. Mental health. A positive relationship with the father can help a daughter overcome loneliness, reduce their risk of developing depression or disordered eating. Another thing is sense of belonging. Dads can help the daughters feel valued and understood. So one of the biggest things for me and my daughter is definitely the self-esteem issue, definitely self-image. And I definitely feel that a father, because, that love that a father gives, there's nothing more important than feeling loved, in my opinion. And that love that a father gives to a daughter there's not, that's the first 18 years of your life, then your household, and go off and move on. You've loved them every day and showed them that unconditional love. And to me, that what can be more positive to yourself and your self-image and your self-esteem than to know you have someone who loves you unconditionally. So that was just something that AI said. I don't know. What do y'all think about what I said? I'll let Brenda go first. Brenda?
I didn't hear the question.
Oh, well, I was talking about the AI, and that what the AI said was emotional support, role model, academic success, mental health, and sense of belonging. And I was just curious do you feel that the AI got it right, that these are the things that fathers that are important for fathers to daughters?
I mean, they're in there, sure.
You got one to add? Add one.
I didn't get any of that from my dad. I had,
Okay.
what I got from my dad was how to be a good person, how to be a good friend, how to have a good time. My dad was known for, the fun in his life. I learned how to find the joy in small stuff. I learned the importance of family and what love that was. I learned, how to change a tire. I learned the fortitude of the man in my life that I was looking for. So all of that stuff, I don't know about if that correlates, then I guess so. But I think I learned down home lessons from my dad. You know, those are AI manufactured moments, and AI I don't think had parents. You know what I mean? So that's a manufactured answer, but the real answer is yeah, I learned how to be a good person from my dad.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Shouts out to him. What's your dad's name?
Vicente Reyes de Jesus Chataloing. Rest in peace.
That's a piece. All right. Cool beans. All right, coach. What you think? What do you think about what I said?
No, I think definitely emotional intelligence and emotional support is definitely a key aspect to raising a daughter as a father. You know what I mean? You figure her reaction is going to be, you know what I'm saying? Let's think about how, just from a disciplinary standpoint with your daughters, right? You know what I'm saying? At least with my daughters, I'll speak to mine. You know what I'm saying? The boy, you got to spank. The daughter, you just have to look at as a father, right? Or be a little bit more stern, and that's it, right? And you get a different reaction, right? Because it's a different emotional connection with her father than it is her mother. Now, my wife has to raise her voice, yell, do everything else. All I and that's it. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? You don't, because you are emotionally connected a little bit different than what the mothers are with their daughters. The father has a more impactful emotional support than even the mom, right? Because of how daughters respect their fathers differently. So, and it's vice versa for the mother and son. Like, my wife can connect to my son emotionally more than I can as a father, right? Now I can connect to him and teach him how to be a man. I'm still connected to him emotionally, but it's just a completely different connection.
Facts.
Yeah. So
All right.
I got it partly right.
No, I completely agree with what both of them said. And as far as what the AI said, you know, of course, it has some great points in there. You know what I mean? But just from a human standpoint, like what Coach was saying, it's something about how you can, when you're in your daughter's life, like how what you think about them, you know what I mean, can weigh so much on them. Like they say, like if you're doing it right, man, your daughter's first love is her father. You know what I'm saying? Like she gonna love and respect her dad. You know what I'm saying? And again, like you're going back to, like, that's why they say daddy's girl, mama's boy. You know what I'm saying? Because that emotional connection is just there when you actually have a good influence on your child's life. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen it firsthand in my household. And I've seen it firsthand in a lot of my friends and family around me who have great relationships now in their daughters' lives. I've seen it go, you know what I mean, the other way too. Also, sometimes when, you know what I mean, a daughter wants to have a relationship with her father so bad that but for whatever reason it just didn't work out, it affects them, you know what I mean, heavily with things they go through in life and how they deal with relationships. So I definitely you know what I mean, agree and think, man, fathers, man, just families in general, man. Like if you can be a family, whether you're in the same household, outside the same household, but I just believe when the mother and father can work together to make sure that their kids have a balanced relationship with both parties, man, is just huge in the child's life.
Absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely.
Last thing on this, I think my emotional intelligence developed with the guidance of all those things that, you know, my dad instilled in me, you know, kind person, fun, all of that stuff. I think the emotional intelligence just developed, but it had a good path to develop on. Because I don't even think to this day he's taken his hands off of me to where I can't steer myself and go in the right direction.
Absolutely. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. We're gonna move. We're gonna go ahead and move on off this topic. I want to thank you, Brenda, for joining us and having this one-on-one conversation. Thank you, of course, for even starting Daddy's Matter too. And hopefully we can take that torch and run with it. I appreciate you entrusting your fans and the people that you've grown to us, and you know, I'm definitely going to do my best. We're going to go into the next part of our segment where we watch a couple videos. Before we go into that, though, Brenda, I know you got a show December 6th. You want to tell people about that while we got a little time?
Oh, yes. Oh, well, I feel bad but about telling people about it because they can't come, you know, because it would include traveling. But yes, big party, my 5-year comedy anniversary in Las Vegas, Nevada. We have all the greats coming out. Althea McFarlane, Phil Page, Tommy D, Joey Lee, Ouija, all these G's, and Funny Man Green is coming, and all of these amazing people from your end of the world are coming out to my end of the world to celebrate with me and do this 5-year thing. And I'm super excited. And like I said, I don't like to yell it out because people are like, what the hell is she telling us that for? She's in Vegas. But stay tuned because I got some tricks up my sleeve. So if you guys want to see the shenanigans that might ensue, you guys can always hit me up on my personal page, which is Brenda Brown. Good luck in finding me, but I'm the one with the purple black hair with the yellow bow in her hair, yellow flowers. So I think I stand out if you're looking for me. But yeah, tune in. It's gonna be it's gonna be one for the record books, and I got my fingers crossed.
And if they want to watch the show on YouTube, it's Sauce in the City, right?
Yes. If you guys want to see what we're up to, is Sauced in the City. And that's right, DA, because we don't, you know, we didn't finish college. So therefore, it's DA and then the word city and spaces in between. But yeah, Google us. You'll see all the shenanigans. 10,000 video hours cannot be wrong. Or maybe they can.
There you go. So we'll go ahead and get into this video and watch it. Tell me what, and then we'll talk about it and see what y'all think.
It changed all of my relationships. They told me there's no growth without conflict.
Can't hear
it.
Freeze.
I think that was the video.
But dirt, that's where things simply fall dead. Conflict will exist in any relationship, romantic relationship, occupational relationship, familiar relationship. Conflict is going to happen. They said, don't run away from conflict, run towards conflict, because all of the growth, it is found right in the midst of the conflict. And when you make it to the other side, that's where the love is. That's where the trust is. That's where the respect is. There's no growth without conflict. When I heard this, it
all right, how y'all feel about that?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Matty.
I'm about to say I agree. It's I guess he's using conflict as a word. Conflict sounds a little more, you know, intense, but it's about getting out your comfort zone. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes you don't want to go to the conflict, you know what I mean? So basically saying your growth is on the other side of your comfort zone. Sometimes you got to stretch yourself and go through something that you necessarily don't like, and most people don't like conflict. So I agree with what he's saying. You know what I mean? But I just say it's just more of a using the word conflict, but it's getting out of your comfort zone, man, to get through your growth, stretch yourself, and you know what I mean.
What do you think, Brenda?
Oh, I was gonna go to Coach. I am interested.
All right, Coach, go ahead.
I think it's about difficult conversations. People in this world do not like to have difficult conversations, which, I mean, it expands on what Matty Ice said. Oftentimes, you just because you disagree don't mean you have to be enemies. Just because you disagree, when you disagree, it is okay to disagree. You know what I mean? It's okay to have a situation where you gotta have a difficult conversation. The video is saying that if you don't have that difficult conversation, you'll never move forward. You'll never grow, right? So I think that, you know what I'm saying, just if you have a conflict, you can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Some conflicts get resolved, some conflicts don't, right? But if you can't have the conversation, whether your conflict is resolved or not, you're not going to grow, right? And even if you do have the conversation and there is no resolution, you still grow, right? Because you've been able to overcome, you've been able to discuss the issues that are within you. You know what I mean? And you're not holding on to those issues, and that in and of itself is growth.
All right. What about you now, Brenda?
Oh, I wanted to hear you now.
Now you want to hear me? All right. I wanted to save mine for last, but it's all good. I go next. But I believe in, you know, what Coach said. Conflict is, you got to go through things. If you don't go through something, you don't grow. And life is going through stuff is part of life. There's no person on this earth that's going to not go through something. So you got to be in the right mindset to know that when things come up, it's just a part of life and growth, like he said. And to me, if you don't, I've always come through something better than I was before I went through it. I don't think there's ever been a time that I went through something and I came out worse. You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe it was worse in the predicament of, my parent passed away. Yeah, I wasn't happy about it. It wasn't something that I would say is great or I want to go through every damn day. You know what I'm saying? But going through that made me be a better person for other people, made me be a better person for myself, made me grow and change a lot of the mindsets that I had. You know what I'm saying? Even with my mom passing away, I learned about life insurance and making sure my kids are prepared and don't have to go through tough times because it's hard enough when somebody's passing away. So, everything in life that you go through, there's some growth that has to happen to make it through it. So, Brenda?
Okay, so I just wanted to see how all the fellas felt about it so I could see how on the other side of the fence I was, because I'm a girl, so I get to be on the other side of the fence. I just hear, like, I don't want to adopt the idea that you have to go through struggle. I think that's something somebody invented that had to go through struggle. I've never been on the other side, so I can't say, but I can say this. I have lived, thank you God, a fairly blessed life. Meaning that, yeah, we didn't have conflicts, we had resolution meetings. So it was never bring a problem to the table to argue about. It was bring a problem to the table to resolve and move on. So the struggle happens when you stand in the mess. So if you just stand there, you're going to struggle, you're going to have conflict, you're going to be uneasy because somebody came to the table not ready to resolve things and move on. So I rebuke the fact that I have to struggle in order to get somewhere or conflict. I rebuke that theory. Like, I don't think I need conflict in my life to get somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I said comfort zone, because even though it's a perception, because you come to the table with a resolution, because some people can call problems challenges. You know what I mean? It's about how you use the words, but some people don't even come to the table. So that's when you're not even going or facing your uncomfortable zone, because you don't even come to the table. The fact that you're coming to the table with a resolution, that's part of, I guess, it's not conflict, because you don't view it as conflict, but it is you know what I mean, coming to the table, so that, you know what I mean, because you could choose not to face
Yeah,
whatever the obstacle is at the moment. So coming to the
right.
table with facing the obstacle, which is he's just using the word conflict, you know what I mean?
Well, if
But
both people came to the table with the open mindset of resolving the issue, you don't have conflict. When you get
exactly.
conflict is when one or two step to the table with no intention of resolving whatever issue it is. They just want to put the issue out on the table.
Yeah, but
That
then that's not growth, because we trying to get the growth. If both parties coming to the table like that, we're
right.
not getting nowhere. So it's not going to be growth. So I
That's
agree.
why I say I
Yeah.
rebuke that video, because I don't believe that we have to go through conflict to get to growth. Like I don't.
I think I'm a little more on your side with it. That's because I didn't like the word conflict either. That's why
Right, it
I
didn't
use
set well, right?
yeah, comfort zone, not conflict, because it could be different things. But you know, again, that goes back to what we were saying earlier. The word conflict is going to give it more. You know what I'm saying? So I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
I think growth, of course, you have to, as you said, get outside of your comfort zone, and you got to push yourself to heights and limits that you didn't think that you could reach. But
Yeah.
you only don't think you could reach them only if somebody in your life has told you can't reach them. If nobody ever in your life has ever told you that you can't reach what you want to reach and go where you want to go, it never occurs to you that you can't. So
Yep.
for me, I'm like comfort zone. I don't even know what that is. I've been uncomfortable all my life since I got here and they put little black girl on my birth certificate. So there's no need in me settling into no kind of comfortability or normalcy. Right now it's time, I've been outside of my comfort zone since the day I was born. I was going to make this black woman thing work for me. Like no matter
Yeah.
what.
Yeah. And I believe everything, man, is a reflection of something else. You got to have one thing to appreciate the other. You know what I mean? You got to have contrast in life. You know what I mean? And we all are examples of that. You know what I mean? I believe if you didn't have rainy days, you wouldn't enjoy sunny days. You know what I mean? So contrast in life is important because it helps us to focus sometimes. You know what I mean? But
Shout
I,
out to Phil
Yeah,
Page who
Phil Payne
said,
said conflict gets more likes.
yeah,
uh-huh.
that's what we were saying earlier. The drama, conflict is what? Drama. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's all the drama. Listen, I didn't make my game show. Like I could have made my game show the regular way, like just come on, play the games, win the prizes. I could have did that. But that wouldn't have gotten me to where I'm at now, where I added drama, as in, every segment you have to boot somebody off. At the end, you get a chance to steal the money. Those are the things that pique people's interest. Weird as it is, if it was a clean game show, I'd have one like and one comment. So, yes, conflict and dissension breeds likes and analytics.
Yeah, trust me, we argue about it the whole next day. The whole next day, we argued about everything that happened on the show. There's definitely some conflict. So let's get into this next video real quick and have some fun.
Oh boy.
Light came on. I'm at the dealership. They telling me I need spark plugs and coils. Does that even go with the engine? 1 second. I'm talking to my daddy. They said it's gonna be $853. Does that sound right? I gotta make sure y'all not trying to play me. What you think?
Daddy, I left my window open. I got a fly in here, and I've been trying to kill it for like 20 minutes. I can't kill it. Okay. I think you need to get here.
Daddy, my GPS is telling me to go west on La Cienega. Does that sound right to you?
Dad, I just looked at these new apartments, but I feel like the floor in the apartment, it isn't leveled all the way. So what does that mean? Does that mean that the building is going to collapse? Is it not like built properly? Is the structure, is the foundation and stuff? Like, should I move here?
Daddy, if we were to travel through time, would we perceive extraterrestrial intelligence?
Daddy, did I call my husband first? Why would I call my husband when I can call my daddy?
Daddy, my engine light came on.
All right, there we go. So, I
Funny.
thought that was I thought as soon as I saw that, the first thing I thought is, look at Maddie Ike's daughter. That was
Go
the first
ahead,
thing
man.
I thought.
She
And then
called me
the
this morning. I told her she go get her tire fixed or plug. She called me, Dad, where's my wheel lock? I'm like, had to let her know where that wheel lock. I said, it's in your glove. I put it in your glove box, babe. It's look okay. So yeah.
all right,
Hey,
so let's start with you, Nadia. How much do you relate to that video?
I can relate to it. I don't mind my daughter calling me. I'm always there. My phone ring, my daughter on the other line, I'm picking up. So I don't got nothing. Hey, it is what it is. I'd rather for her to be calling me than calling another dude. But once she gets married, I will graciously, if he's worthy, you know what I mean? Yeah, to somebody else. But as of right now, she can call whenever she needs something.
All
You
right.
the same way. Stop faking, Ronnie.
I'm gonna get to my point. I'll say it. Go ahead, Coach.
Call on me.
Go ahead, Coach.
Not strong. No, definitely for my dad.
Hold on.
I was totally the girl on the video. My car would break down, and my dad would constantly tell me to put oil in my car. But for some reason, it just never registered to me that if I didn't put oil in the car, that it was going to blow the engine. But no matter how many times I blew the engine out my car, my dad would fix it and have it back to me early the next day. There was nothing that I couldn't call for him, Now for all the maternal stuff, I had to go to my sister, not even my mom. I had to go to my sister for that. But for all the man stuff and dad, something's wrong with my car and come get me because this man is not, treating me right, or he's doing something that's not cool. Like my dad was good in all those instances, and I called him all the time.
Okay. Coach, what about you?
I mean, my girls pretty independent. But they know that if they call, I'm gonna come and support whatever they need supported. Now, I will say this: they're not gonna call me like that. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna already have that information ingrained in them, right? Like I'll be straight up with you, and Rodney can attest. Even with my oldest, like literally, my girls are very, very independent, and meaning that they can fix that, they can change that tire. You know what I mean? They can hit. You know what I'm saying? They know what it costs to fix a car. They're gonna know all those items, right? They're gonna know that the floor not level right. You know why? Because I teach them everything that I taught the boy. I teach them how to build. I teach them how to fish. Teach them how to shoot. Teach them how to do, like, literally. Now they gonna call me. You know what I'm saying? The one thing that they all tease me about, I don't want to learn the whole thing. Just give me the basics, because I'm just going to call you to come do it for me. You know what I mean? When it comes to building stuff and all that stuff. But all in all, you know what I'm saying? I think that, you know what I'm saying, it's definitely a good thing. That video shows that she has a great relationship with her father.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it really shows. It shows that, you know what I'm saying, she knows that she got a reliable source when she not comfortable with something, that she can call and get it double checked with. So
you know how much confidence that gives of your daughter or a female when she know they got somebody in their corner. Not saying they gotta rely on you, because my daughter does do a lot of things independent, but it allows them sometimes to step out there a little more because they know they got somebody who got their back.
Exactly.
So it goes both ways.
When the oil light come on, they keep on driving. And instead of putting in the oil.
I'm glad my daughter don't do that.
She
Yeah,
just called me and
if
said, I didn't get my oil change. I need to. You think I got enough miles to make it there? Yeah, you do. Go ahead.
yeah, nah, I'm least she don't do that. If anything pop on in the car, she'll let me know. I'll be like, yeah, nah, you need to let's take care of that. Or she's usually on top of her car. She like, I need to go get my oil change. So I'm
I
grateful
guess
for that.
because my dad was a mechanic, so
Yeah.
he
Oh, okay.
like it just
See, that
didn't matter what I did to my car, he could
He was gonna
keep
fix
it
it.
going.
Mm.
Oh, Philip Page said, "Why my son keep calling?"
Because he built a good relationship with his son. That's why.
Mhm.
Hey, there you
Yeah,
go.
as your kids get older, man, you really don't understand how good it feels, especially when they're adults, them calling you as a parent and just asking for advice.
I'm just learning that now, man. My son, shout out to my son. My son called me this week. He wanted me to take him off my family plan, and he want to get his own phone. I was like, "Yo, you sure you want to do that? I mean, I'm gonna keep paying it." He was like, "Nah, I want to." He was like, "This is my first step to independence," and he called me and we talked about it and blah blah blah. It was, it was a little emotional moment. But let me get to my daughter. So my daughter does call me like that. She don't call me about the car and stuff like that because she's not driving, but she definitely calls me. She calls me about the weirdest stuff at school. Like she'll call me about a teacher. She's like, "This teacher said this, Dad. I don't think that's right." You sure? You think I need to go ahead and go back and challenge that teacher? I'm like, go ahead, yeah, and she comes to me a lot about like she'll call me about her projects or what she's working on or this, that, and the other, and give her those ideas and stuff like that. And I mean, I really feel I do have a great relationship with my daughter because a lot of times she tells me stuff that I don't want to hear as far as her what she's doing. And like my daughter rarely I mean, I'm sure she does hide stuff from me, but I think she gets more enjoyment out of seeing if I get uncomfortable about the stuff she tells me. And it's not a anything disrespectful or anything like that, but it just does feel great to be able to have that kind of relationship with your soon, my daughter's soon to be adult. Matter of fact, in a couple months she'll be 18. So and then my adult son who's navigating his way through life now, really 100% on his own. And it does feel good to have that relationship with your child. Philip Page, I know you like it when your son calls you. Don't even try it. I'm sure if he, because I tell you what, I'd be sad if my children get into something and they don't call me. You know what I'm saying? Like when they really need me, I really want them to feel like it's okay. This is a no. What the greatest thing my mom taught me about was no judgment. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna love you unconditionally, no matter what. And that's how my mom loved. She didn't know how to love any other way, and I strive to be that way. You know what I'm saying? I strive to be that way with my children, my family, my friends, and everything like that. So, you know, I'm thankful for that trait that my mom did give to me, and I hope that my kids feel that I am the same way with them. So, I love that video. I was cracking up laughing. As a matter of fact, I sent it to my daughter as soon as I saw that video. So, but anyway, we're gonna get ready, get this show ended soon, and get these terrible, terrible football picks. I would like to thank Coach for last week's terrible, terrible picks. That I don't think, as I remember correctly, he was 100% in on the Colts, and
I
the
told him don't pick them
Hold on,
Colts.
y'all pick Washington too?
Colts was some
That
garbage.
wasn't a terrible pick though. We should have won.
But then y'all pick Washington, and then y'all pick Atlanta.
Washington should have won the game. I didn't pick Atlanta. I didn't
pick Atlanta over New Orleans because Spencer Rattler was the QB.
Once again, I said I didn't.
I think we did. Yeah, I think I picked Atlanta.
Hey, like we missed 3 of these 5 picks. Like we just skimmed away with Detroit last night because they got lucky at the end of the game.
The Colts pick still was terrible though.
That was
over.
Still was terrible. The Colts pick was the worst one.
We didn't get. We got one right last week. Y'all talking about my Colts.
Colts pick was the worst one. So,
y'all talking
this
about
week we got.
We got one right. One.
Well, this week we got Brenda Brown. Brenda, you'll be taking my pick. Unfortunately, you're a Cowboys fan, so I can already know that you're not going to make a good decision. But I'm going to go ahead and let
Back
you.
off. I already told you in the green room.
I'm going to go ahead and let you have
it's
your
cool,
pick.
These picks hard this
terrible.
week. So, all right. So
hard this week. All right.
Yeah, we're going to start off with the Thursday night. Either you're going to win the week or lose the week. Commanders at the Eagles.
Commanders at the Eagles. Okay. Can we have 1 minute on which way I should go? Commanders and Eagles. I'm gonna go Commanders because that's the team around here, right?
Oh, well, that's
I've
fine.
heard
You can go Commanders because I'm going Eagles. So we already know that they're gonna pick the Commanders on this one. So yeah. Do you even want to pick something else this week, Rodney?
Nah, I'm confident with that Commanders pick.
I mean, it's gonna be a loss come Thursday night. You know
no,
what I mean?
sir. I'm confident with that Commanders pick.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles with Coach.
There we go.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I don't have nothing against the Eagles.
The way my button works.
The
way my button works, once I hit Commanders, I can't unlock it now. So
okay, sorry.
Okay. Well,
right.
hey, this will gonna piss you off too.
You know I'm going Commanders.
The Packers at the Bears.
Packers at the what?
Bears.
The Bears, Chicago Bears. The Packers are predicted to win by 7.
Yeah, they are.
The Bears aren't. From what people tell me, the Bears aren't the best in the world, but I do not like the Packers at all. So, I guess the Packers, if you want to win,
yes,
Packers for the win.
Packers for the win, baby. There we go. That's number 2. You know who I'm voting. Y'all already got to ask.
I told y'all she was a Commanders fan. I mean, she was a Cowboys fan so far. These decisions, but I think the Packers. I'm messing with you, Brenda. I'm messing.
I have not heard good reviews on the Bears, so I don't know.
The Packers are going to win. I'm just messing around.
Yeah, the next one, we might have some beef on because I think this is a hard pick. The Ravens at the Steelers.
Who's a hard pick for?
The Ravens at the Steelers. Ooh, I like both of those teams.
I want to see. I'm going last on this because I want to see y'all rationale because I know who y'all gonna pick.
Well, you don't know who Brenda gonna pick, so we'll start with Brenda. The Ravens and the
I'm
Pittsburgh.
gonna go with the Steelers because I love their fans, and I went to like a Steelers tailgate party one time, and I look dope in gold and green, so I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
Gold and black, I got you though.
Gold and black, yeah.
Now they always play a tough game. I think it's gonna be low scoring. It kind of make me want to go the Steelers route, but I honestly believe the Ravens are a little better than the Commanders, and the Commanders just lost by a point in some drop passes. I think the Ravens. I'm gonna go with the Ravens on this joint. I'm gonna go with I do like the Steelers, but I gotta go with the Ravens.
So here's what I will say. I think that the Steelers were preparing for the Ravens when they played the Commanders.
That's why I think they're gonna play them tough.
Okay.
I think the Steelers are gonna give. I think the Steelers are gonna give the Ravens problems.
They definitely are. They always do. You know what I mean?
If I had to pick one in Pittsburgh, it would be the Steelers.
All righty.
I can't be mad at that, but I think the Ravens gonna win this joint though.
Kenneth Clark would like to talk to you, Coach, because he is not happy about the fact that we not pick his Ravens. He already put it up here.
Yeah.
He's been on the show as a guest. He's a Ravens fan.
I know. Yeah.
I do, but I think, like Coach said, I think the Ravens are going to play against the Steelers. It's another practice game. And then when they meet up with the Commanders, y'all might have a problem.
The Ravens already beat the Commanders and Ravens so the Steelers. So we ain't got to worry about them two teams coming. They don't want to see them two teams come back to DC.
Nobody.
We don't even got to. They in a whole nother conference. They ain't even in the NFC.
We'll see one of those two teams in the Super Bowl.
Somebody gonna do it. There you go right there. I've been waiting.
In 2 years.
Weeks.
In 2
So
years.
since y'all going to the Super Bowl.
In 2 years. In 2 years. In 2 years, we're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's
See
what
that?
I'm saying.
There you go.
You never know, man. You never know.
Back to back, we going back to back Super Bowl bids now. Oh, I can't.
I said you never know. I don't think so, but you never know. I ain't gonna. Hey,
2 more years, we gonna be there.
I can't wait the next week.
2 more years.
Hey, Seahawks at the 49ers.
Seahawks, because I can't take the 49ers. So Seahawks it is.
I'm going Niners. They look like they got their.
I'm going Niners with that one too. They got their boy back now.
That's what I'm about to say. They got their win back. They looking back to form.
Yeah, they got their boy back.
Nope. Seahawks. Because aren't the 49ers and the Cowboys like enemies? No, wait.
They are.
Yeah, but you can't bet like that.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a girl, Maddie Ice, so I can do whatever I want, right? Because I'm not really a
girl power. I got you.
If you listen to me, then I don't know, but I'm going off of my gut instinct, and I think Hawks is going to take it because in stories of old, I'm not supposed to be a 49ers like 49ers, so I'm going to go with Seahawks.
I got you. I follow you.
All right, last one. The Chiefs at the Bills. There's some good games this week, by the way.
It is. I don't got a good pick.
I'm gonna go with the Bills because I don't know why if the Commanders had to change their name, I don't know why the Chiefs ain't have to change their name. That's all I'm saying. So, I'm gonna go with the other one. What's the other one?
Taylor Swift. The Taylor Swift is a Chiefs fan, so whatever Taylor says happens in the NFL.
Not really. Well, maybe in the NFL, but I hear his fans are mad at him because he busy being in Love Land and not playing football.
Taylor Swift?
So I don't know.
Oh, you talking about Kelsey?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Kelsey gonna retire after this year. After they win the Super Bowl,
he gonna retire, marry Swifty, and go make Swiftlets.
He gonna if they go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, I got $20 say he proposed to her at the Super Bowl.
That's a you know what I can see that
and propose because that's what the NFL want.
I think I'm going with the Chiefs though on that one. I like the Bill, but until the Chiefs,
I'm going with the Bills.
Until the Chiefs lose,
I think the Bills will win.
What's the name, Coach?
The Bills, Buffalo Bills.
The Bills. Okay, Buffalo Bills. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bills. Let's roll out with the Bills because I think the Chiefs should have to change their name too.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
This is a tough week, by the way. That's
terrible bets will win me $368 that I am positive I will not get.
You will.
You gotta have some faith, man.
Okay. And I'm telling you now, it better not be because of Thursday night. Because if it's Thursday because of Thursday night, I'm coming on Monday, Friday, y'all.
Wait a minute. Let me get this together.
I thought both of y'all picked the Eagles.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
No.
Did you go off of my pick
or the Commanders?
But I thought Brenda had his pick.
But Brenda changed her mind and he said he already pressed the button. We all know that wasn't true, but there was no way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he did go off of my picks, and all except the first one when I tried to change my mind.
Nah, he picked the Commanders. I think we're gonna win, but I thought he picked. I thought Brenda. I thought he put the Commanders. The Eagles on the bet.
Nope. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, we better not win the
Eagles gonna beat them up, Beast, and we gonna lose.
Nah, I don't think so.
$60-something or whatever it was.
Nah, we about to roll. Go ahead, keep the Commanders on there.
Don't worry, it's on there. I ain't scared.
Hey, we gonna know early though. When we win Thursday, look out for that text message, Coach.
Yeah, Coach. I want that same energy when we win.
I will.
That same
That's
energy.
right.
I'm going to the Super Bowl, baby. I've been waiting for that comment.
If we win Thursday, I need you to pull that hat back out.
Okay, I will. I'll pull the hat back out. But if y'all lose, hold up. If Thursday is the only joint we lose, y'all better come in here with the green.
Hey, Rodney, though, peep this though.
I'm not wearing no Eagles.
I told you he ain't really a Commanders fan. Remember, he talking about he burnt the hat. Now he gonna put it back out. I told you he still. I told you keep it under his pillow, man.
You know what that hat is? It's in my shed because it kept my head warm while I was doing yard work. Right? You know, while I was blowing all them leaves to the front of the street.
You was wearing that joint with
pride. Okay.
I heard you was asking about your season tickets. You was trying to get them back.
I wasn't asking about no season tickets. Ain't nobody paying that money.
Rodney, if we lose on our ticket because of Thursday night and the Eagles beat them, I want to see some kind of Cowboy something on you on the next episode.
That ain't happening
because we lost because of you.
I'll keep it realistic with you. There's two things you'll never see me wearing. And that's anything with a star on it and anything with an eagle on it. It ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? That ain't happening. You know, I wear AFC teams or something like that, but I'm not wearing no NFC East. You can believe that, no matter what the bet is. I don't care what it is. But we're gonna go ahead in this show. Get ready to go get into another week. Thank you, Brenda, so much for joining us this week and just having this casual conversation with us. I appreciate it. I appreciate you taking your time out of your day. And, you know, December 6th, if you're in Vegas, make sure you come out and check out the Sauce in the City and the comedians that are coming out from all across the country to hang out with Brenda in Vegas. I wanted to be there so bad. I'm still hoping it may be a chance, but I don't, you know, I'm still going to try my best. But, you know, and
Let
also
me interject this then.
Go ahead.
December 14th down at 2 Max Barbershop, I will be hosting along with Phil Page and the gang. I will be in DC for the holidays. So if you have a gift and you got a toy and you want to come out and say hello to me and all my funny friends, come on out to 2 Max Barbershop. That's December 14th. We have a toy drive going on. I think they got the box sitting out there now. You guys can go over and just drop a toy. And if you can't make it over and drop a toy, you can cash out to us. $5 is all it takes. It's SND like dog, C like cat, live. SNDC live, and you can cash out $5. And when I get to DC, me and Phil Page are going toy shopping for the kids. It's a great cause. 2 Max Barbershop has been very gracious to let us run the toy drive. And shout out to Streetline because they are definitely the catalyst of this toy drive, and they're, you know, collecting toys for the kids for the holidays. Please don't make me show up with no toys in my bag. That would be embarrassing. All right. So there you have it. So I will see you, Beast. I will be there.
I'm excited. And we're going to definitely donate something as a group, Dad Mentality. Here's what I will do. If we win this week, I'm going to donate all the winnings to the toy drive. If we win, but if we don't, I'm still going to donate some money. So that's $360. If we win, I'll donate. If we win, if we don't, I'm still going to donate some money. And you know, I'm sure Coach and Matty Ice, they got deep pockets, so we can all help out for that toy drive in the name of Dad Mentality. Let's see if we win first. We'll know this week. So Brenda, that means Thursday you need to be rooting for the Commanders.
No,
so I want to hear that. I want to hear that
on Thursday. It's your fault. That's what that is. And Coach, y'all better have my back on the next episode because I won't be here to defend myself. If we lose on Thursday, y'all better give it to me.
Don't worry about that. I can handle it 100% come next Monday. If them Commanders lose to the Eagles, it's order popping.
But if that's the only thing that lost, that's what I'm saying. If that's the only thing that lost, then then I can hear the argument. But other than that, if your terrible pick still lost, like that Green Bay game, than whatever. So don't bring it up unless you're flawless on that.
Oh no,
so.
we're going. Yeah, I think we're gonna be.
Oh
flawless.
yeah, no, we're gonna bring it up because if we lose the first one, the whole ticket is gone. So the first one is the magic one. It doesn't even matter about the rest if we lose on Thursday.
I'm more confident about the first one than I am the rest of y'all picks. So I ain't tripping either way. They not losing back to back. They just got that one L off of a BS call. They're not losing back to back. It ain't happening. I'm saying it out loud.
Coach is right. I think Coach is right. And I feel it in my stomach. And if that's the one, of course, I'm always rooting for the positive because the kids need toys. But I think I'm with Coach. I think I feel a pit in my stomach that is going to go the other way. And I'm going to be screaming into the TV when I see y'all on the next time.
Well, thank you again, Brenda. We're going to go ahead and end the show. Maddie Ice, I appreciate you. Coach, I appreciate you. Another great show. Next week, we have another great guest for y'all. Make sure y'all tune in. Mondays at 7 o'clock. Dad Mentality. God bless and good night.